Welcome to our 360 series of training videos. This particular video now is going to go through some basics such as closing tips and rebuttals. Whenever you close, closing is contagious. Look people in the eye, smile, but when you go to close, you say it takes a couple minutes to set this up for you, Bill, will help bring in more business into your restaurant, will help build your church, will bring in more customers for auto repair, will help bring in more clients for family law. As a chiropractor, you need more patients, new patients. That's what we do. Whatever the terminology is you use. But when you go through it, you get through, and it takes me a couple minutes to put together for you, and need a little background information. You put your pen down and start going. Closing is contagious. Confidence is contagious. So is lack of confidence. So it's very important. Techniques like looking people in the eye, using their name. Well, Billy, it takes a couple of minutes to get this all set up for you. We'll send it off to Atlanta. They'll assign a tech, and then we can get rolling on this. We want to get more new customers coming into your restaurant. They need to see the visibility on the internet and need, getting the catering menu set up. And I'm going to review a couple of hot buttons with them right then. And they're going, well, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, my address, okay. And then they go with the flow. I've had people up to the very end after I've asked their address, make sure I got the right email, cell phone, the whole information. And then I review it back with them. They go, I'm going to go ahead and get this. And if I would have hesitated any time on the confidence, I wouldn't have gotten the person to buy. And the thing about it, our prices are lower than almost anything on the market. We have the best results from most companies out in the market. And then all of our agreements run month to month. Nobody does that. We're the only company I know of that has month-to-month agreements with what we do. So having the right close involves basic tips. Using their name, look them in the eye, and go to write down. Now, I'm going to cover rebuttals with this video right now. It's going to be about a 10-minute video. But when I get through, I'm going to go, now, Billy, it takes a couple minutes to put together for you. You need a little background information, and we'll get this all submitted up to Atlanta, and then they'll assign a tech to it, and then we're going to get working on redesigning your website for you. We'll have your mobile website ready for you in a couple of weeks. We'll come back by and review that with you, and we're going to be working over the next 30 to 60 days to get you on the front page of Google for steak restaurant and for catering, for heating and air conditioning, for plumbing and sewers, whatever the keywords may be, for auto repair, transmissions, and brakes, for family law, divorce, and child support, whatever it may be. Then when I close, I look down. Now, most of the time, not always, they're going to go, well, and they give one of the basic rebuttals. Can I think about this? Or I want to talk to my partner, or I can't afford it, or I just don't know if I really need this. Basic responses. All of them, you do the same formula. Well, Bill, I understand from the fact you just want to think about it. Is there anything else holding you back from making a decision, or you just want to kind of chew on it a little bit? Yeah, I just want to chew on this thing. I just, take my time on this. When I started my business 8 years ago, I made a promise to myself I would never jump into something here with this auto repair business. You just lost it. Or they go, yeah, I made a promise to my wife that I wouldn't jump into any quick decisions of my business here. Give me a break. They spent $3,000 3 months ago on a new auto lift. They ended up adding another section to the restaurant. They ended up doing all kinds of things on business expenses. So you basically say their name to interrupt them. Yeah, I just kind of want to chew on this thing a little bit. I said, I understand that. Bobby, let me ask you, aside from the fact you want to chew on it, is there anything else holding you back from making a decision? You just kind of like to think about these things? Yeah, I just like to think about these things. No, when I started my business, Bobby, let me ask you this. If this was free, you would take it. So like I said, the thing holding you back would be the one-time $19.95. But Bobby, that's a one-time investment. We're going to redesign your website, or we're going to build you a website, get you in the front page of Google for family law and divorce, for transmissions and brakes, whatever the keywords are. And we're going to have a mobile website. So now with people looking at your website through a phone, a tablet, an iPad, they're going to be able to see a quality website, or if they're on the desktop. But now you'll have a 24/7 presence on the internet. Since Yellow Pages are out, that's old days. It's all about visibility now on the internet. That's what we're so good at what we're doing. To show you that even more, our agreements run month to month. So here it is, April 15th. By the end of May, we have your website redesigned, your mobile website, you're on the front page of Google for brakes and transmissions. Going into June, you could just sit back and say, good, I like all this, what I did, let me take it from here, and there's not even that $1.99 a month. But let me ask you a question. For $6 a day, $6.50 a day, is it worth it to have a company that's going to host your website, host your mobile site, keep them updated, and the grand slam, the touchdown, keep them on the front page of Google for, in your case, transmission and brakes? That is well worth $6 a day. You even told me you make about $400 or $500 on a transmission job. You better get 2 or 3 more of those a month. That easily is worth $6 a day, not counting all the other stuff. Why not let the experts focus on doing what we do the best? And that's what all of this is about. It's staying on top of things, okay? Keeping the visibility for you, keeping everything going on your website. Now, the basic answer is, well, I just kind of want to think about it. After you isolate it, you agree, isolate, agree, you come back and say something like this. You know, Charlie, the best time to think about it is right now, where the facts are clear, well, everything's in front of you. Or, you know, I just don't know if I can afford it. But Billy, let me ask you, you know, you really can afford to be without it. Think about this. A lot of the businesses we deal with 3 or 4 months later, the business isn't getting any better. And 3 or 4 months later, if they would have made a decision then, they're already having a lot more profit come in and business coming in. And some of these businesses, we've gone back 6 months later and they're shut down. And they said, yeah, I should have done it back then. I didn't really see this economy holding me back, or I didn't really think about the importance of the internet, of the mobile. But a lot of people, I've had restaurants that say, listen, I really like the SEO, and that's their hot button. They're not even big on mobile. And if I try to close them on SEO and mobile, I might have had them held back. But by writing them up on SEO, and now they see the business coming, I said, now that you see yourself on Google, look at this, and I'll show them their website on the phone. And it looks pretty bad because it's only showing the desktop. They're an easy one. We just wrote up a business that the guy said, yeah, I know the website's not good, but you know, the mobile makes sense to me and I want the visibility. We came back a week and a half later with the mobile site done before we even got them on the front page of Google. And he said, I like that. I said, now look at this. And I showed him a couple of websites of competitors. And then I showed him his website and he just hung his head and said, yeah, y'all did a good job on the mobile. Go ahead and write me up on a desktop. I'll do one of those too. A lot of people will close themselves. But the whole essence of it is when you close people, you break eye contact, look down and write. You look up, give one rebuttal and close them again. Basic tips again. Have a nice pen. This is a tool. Okay, but I'm not going to sit there and look down and look up like this. I'm going to look down, leaning in, pull the pen up. It's just like a little handshake. I mean, a little movement with my hand. Leaning in, pull the pen up. All of that works. Their name, vocal inflection. Have a little animation, and you won't do that unless you're comfortable with rebuttals. But it really isn't that hard. Sales isn't an art. It's a science. It can be taught. There's techniques and methods that work. Preachers use them from the pulpit. Teachers use them in school. Salespeople use them all the time. The world is hung around of being persuaded to learn, to grow, to make decisions, and to help your business grow. We, as a business growth consultant, are there to help the businesses grow.